My wife is here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We're doing the third episode, and we got Mark, Malea, Riley, and myself today.
Wait, did you start?
Yeah, that was it. That was the start.
Oh, okay.
We did it.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. So, what do we got to talk about today, boys? What are we thinking?
Let's finish up questions from last time.
All right, that sounds good.
We've
All
got
right.
a few of those.
Yeah, we got quite a few. Let's see. I could tell some childhood stories that comes from Shackington.
Like childhood stories involving all of us?
Or, yeah, sure, whatever.
Did we meet when we were child?
Well, we were like...
Well, Jesse and I did.
Yeah, and I met you when I was a child. I met Zach when, I was, I don't know, in 6th grade, I think.
When Jesse introduced me to Mark on the fucking playground, he kicked me in the nuts as hard as he could.
I still don't think that was me.
That was you! I remember because you were waving your elevator key in my face before you did it.
What?
Yeah, your big ass fucking elevator key on that wood block. That was you, right?
No, actually.
What the fuck? Who had the elevator key with the wood block? I swear to God it was you, Mark.
Okay, at any point, why would he have an elevator key and still be able to kick you in the nuts? That was reserved for, people in wheelchairs.
I don't know. He was just, showing it off to us because he had it.
Are you sure this isn't one of your crazy dreams, my dude?
It wasn't a dream.
Are you sure?
I got kicked in the nuts when I was in fucking middle school.
You got kicked in the nuts by a lot of people in middle school, my dude. It wasn't...
But one of them was by Mark.
Okay.
It wasn't me. I deny this. I don't think I've ever kicked anybody in the nuts.
Okay, well, that's how I met Mark, everybody.
This is lies and slander.
It's not. It actually happened. I cried.
Well, it did, so...
I remember I kicked you in the nuts at one point during middle school.
Jesse, I punched you in the face for $1.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was at a dance, and some guy was just like, "I'll give you $1 if you punch Jesse in the face." So I did, and then I bought Jesse a Mountain Dew with that $1.
Because that's what friends do.
Yeah.
Men are fucking weird. Jesus Christ.
It was a sucker punch too. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, I wanted the $1.
It was that was middle
Actually,
school.
I don't know if I don't know if I wanted the $1 because I bought you a Mountain Dew with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I just wanted to punch you.
It's like, don't ask any questions. Boom. Just no. I mean, sure. Shoot, there was that one time we were all in the woods and we heard a chainsaw start up and we fucking took off.
You need to start the story from the beginning. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't remember this.
Okay, so I'll start it, I guess. So we were all hanging out at Jesse's. I think it was his birthday.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
The Mountain Dew game fuel for Halo 3 had just dropped.
That's what it was, yeah, and we were just doing that the whole time. We were playing Brawl.
Oh, yeah.
We were playing Brawl and drinking game fuel. Me, you, Mark, Zach wasn't here. Zach didn't hang out with us at this point. Tim,
Sam.
and was Braden
Should
there
we actually
too?
use real names?
Yeah.
Other than
I'm
us?
not using this last name.
First
All right, fair
name.
enough.
Yeah.
That's
Fine.
fine.
Was Braden there too?
I think Braden might have been there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he definitely was. He absolutely was.
Okay, so anyways, what is it? I think we were playing too many video games, and then Jesse's mom came in and said we had to play outside for a little bit. Is that what happened?
Yeah, no, we were definitely being loud and obnoxious.
Okay, yeah. So we went outside. A couple of us grabbed a couple Razor scooters, and we decided to go over the hill behind where Jesse's house was.
Yep.
Which is the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And there we found a broken down old car, and because we were obnoxious fucking kids, we just decided to throw rocks at the car.
At the windshield, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you
and we were
fucking
just-
jump up on it and try to dive bomb your feet through the windshield, or was that somebody else?
That probably
That was
was
Sam.
me. Okay, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
That was definitely
so Sam was there too.
Yeah, Sam was there, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think, you're right. Sam does the stupid shit like that too. So we were doing that, and what is it? We got bored of it, so we walked up the woods a little more, and we found that cabin.
It was an old, rundown, dilapidated house.
Yeah.
Half the wall missing.
Yeah, and then you guys went to go see what it was. I think that me and Tim stayed back. I was scared, and so was Tim. Tim would not say that he was scared, but he was. I fucking could admit it. I don't care. And then while you guys were in there, we suddenly heard a chainsaw revving from over the hill,
Yeah,
and we
freaked
just
us out.
fucking we all just screamed and booked it. I'm sitting here with my Razor scooter in my hand, running up this hill trying to get back to Jesse's house.
Fucking Tim said he fucking broke a rib somehow running up the hill. Fucking
he fell and like rolled down the fucking hill a little bit because he was fat and like he hit a tree or something. He was like, I broke a fucking rib, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Sure you did.
Yeah, sure.
He was
did.
fine like 10 minutes later, but no, he definitely broke a rib. Fucking pansy asshole.
I think that all the game fuel was just knocked out of him.
He had no more energy, no more life force.
We had so much game fuel that we had like 10, 12 packs of game fuel that night.
It felt like it. I'm not sure how we're not all diabetic, to be totally honest with you.
Oh my god, that was quite the time.
Yeah, it was. That's pretty much all there is to that story, though, I guess. Like, we got scared from what we thought was a chainsaw after exploring like a rundown house.
Oh, I guess there's several times where you and I like, you were like staying over and haunted shit would happen.
Oh yeah. Like the fucking clown painting and whatnot.
Clown painting, moving.
The fucking.
Okay. Well, that's what you get, Mark.
voices.
Okay, for those who don't know, Mark in his basement growing up had a giant like velvet picture of a sad clown
Yeah.
hanging above the couch, and it was creepy.
Well, that's just it, though, right? Like, it was. I guarantee you that painting is older than I am, and like I've been going over to Mark's house since I was like an infant child. So, like, I just was used to it, but like some weird shit would happen with that fucking painting. Like, I'm not 100% sure if like it was our sleep deprivation at the time, because it was like 3 a.m. and we were probably like 7 or 8 years old. But like we saw collectively the clown sniff the flower it was holding, like bring it up to its nose and then like bring it back down. And like we like looked at each other and we were freaking out for like a solid 10 minutes.
We couldn't have had the same fucking hallucination at the same time.
No, it was so weird.
Mark, does your family still have that picture?
It's somewhere.
It's got to be in that
It's
spare
not
bedroom.
hanging up.
I think it's
Yeah,
like
see,
it's
I
probably
felt
in the
like-
storage room under the stairs.
Yeah.
I was actually
Taking it with me.
afraid that if they took down the painting, the house would burn down.
No, my brother just moved in.
Oh, that's fair.
That's what happened.
Oh my god. Well, it's like we had to sleep under it when we were staying at Mark's house.
Oh my god.
Hey, it was the protector of the house.
Oh my
true.
god, I guess.
Well,
I
at least
mean,
the basement.
oh man, we had some good times in that basement.
I remember one morning we were doing Mark's paper route, because sometimes, for those who didn't know,
Oh shit.
Mark had a paper route, and every now and then we'd stay up and like really late to the point where the Sunday papers would drop off at like 4 a.m, and we'd still be up, so we'd just do his paper route before he went to sleep. So it'd be pitch black outside, and some creepy shit has happened to us
I
on
know
his paper
exactly what you're
route.
talking about too. I know
Well, there
what
was
you're going
one.
into.
I'll let you tell one of the stories, but I'll just talk about one that I was there for. I remember I was drinking a can of Shasta Tiki Punch,
No, Tiki
and we
Punch.
went to a little cul-de-sac in Mark's neighborhood. We finished the cul-de-sac, and because I'm a fucking retarded kid, I put the can in the middle of the cul-de-sac, and I just like all nice and neat because I'm retarded, and we just walked by, and then I looked back like a couple seconds later, and the can was just gone.
Yep. Just
I was
completely
just like,
gone.
wow. There was no wind, no unnatural weather. I think that we were just in hoodies. Like there was no wind. It was just like a little chilly. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, we should have seen where the can went.
So there was another time, there was like this, on the paper route, like actually right near that same cul-de-sac, there was this house with a big picture window in the front of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That
The little girl dressed in white at like 3 a.m, standing in the window. That
holding
was,
a doll.
Yeah, that was.
dressed in
It was
exact
the
way.
most stereotypical and stupid but terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
I remember you guys telling me this story. I don't remember. Like I wasn't there for it. And I wish I was.
I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
me, Mark, and Kyle. And
Yeah.
then like we were walking down, and then like I don't remember who pointed it out, but like we all just like turn and we see it, and then like we like look at each other and we look back and it's gone. Like it was
Yeah.
Fast, it was. I don't
I
know.
want to say that we were all just too tired for this,
Yeah,
for our minds to catch up on what was going on.
I don't know, man. All I know is fucking Mark's home street has got some crazy shit going on in it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think
What
that's
else?
enough childhood stories.
Yeah, sure. Unless anyone's got anything else they want to add.
Real quick, speaking of the paper out, in the winter I would literally drive my Honda and drift around the corners and do it as fast as possible.
There you go.
I actually almost crashed into a fire hydrant on that corner.
Is that
Fun
the sharp corner that it's basically like the Y that splits off into two different streets?
No, the corner with the little cul-de-sac,
Oh shit.
where the cul-de-sac is, and
Yeah,
where the big house with the windows. You know, like every other house.
The house with the windows. So how do you guys play a character with 3 or lower intelligence?
Ooh.
That's easy. You just smash it, right?
I mean, yeah, generally.
So, I never really tried to have a low intelligence, so I don't really have an answer for this. I always like to play characters with high charisma because I like coming up with plans.
Okay.
I like coming up with plans and convincing people to do the plan with me.
I mean, the lowest intelligence I've had on a character was a barbarian with like 7 intelligence.
Yeah. And I mean,
And
7 intelligence is already like the village idiot style of intelligence. Like,
I mean, at that point, somebody asked me like where I came from or something, and I just said, "Oh yeah, my village had a sign. Couldn't read it."
I mean, if you're a barbarian, you're illiterate by nature anyway. So,
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like as soon as you hit like 5, you're pretty much dopey.
yeah, no, legit. Like 5 is like bare. Actually, there are creatures like unintelligent, quote unquote, creatures with 5, like wyverns, for instance. Like they have no capacity for speech or anything. They're basically just like really smart birds.
Yeah, I think once you get to like 3 intelligence, you should just go to grunts,
You're an intelligent dog at that point. Like
grunting and pointing.
any less than 2, I think the only living creature with 1 intelligence is shrieking fungus, and the only motor function that thing has is shrieking and eating.
Off topic, have you guys ever heard of Who the Fuck is My D&D character?
No, I haven't.
It's you just look it up on Google. It's like the first thing you get. You do it, and every time you reload it, it gives you a character with a quirk, and you roll your own stats for it. But it's pretty fun. Like this one is what is it? I'm going to roll the stats for a fucking gruff tiefling paladin from the smallest mountain in the world who studied interior dungeon design. And this one is wary half-elf ranger from the Dank Hollows who carries the skull of their best friend.
The Dank
And it's
Hollows.
Yeah, and it's just stuff like that, and it's really fun. There's also another one called What the Fuck is My Quest, which is like a personal goal for your character. So this one is run to the rift of the god of death, give the letter to the quizzical monk, then steal the talking gem that emits a faint hum.
Okay.
Only then can you save your small village.
Well, that seems like a lot of effort to save a small village.
Here's another one. A fucking letter was pushed under the door while you slept. It says, ride your steed through the sea of the ancients, join forces with the strong gelatinous cube, then loot the magnetic bow of burning ice. Only then can you prove your worth to your tribe.
Oh my god.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds like that tribe has ridiculously high standards.
Well, like, it's just so funny. I love this.
Yeah, no,
I'll do
that's
another
great.
character just because it's fun, and then we can move on. But this one is, I'm going to roll the stats for a fucking modest gnome rogue from a slave market who was raised by ghosts.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, so if you guys, if anybody's
Actually-
watching and they're curious, just Google who the fuck is my D&D character, and then what the fuck is my quest. They're 2 different websites, but they're generally the same thing. But you just Google it, it's the first thing that comes up.
I actually might use that next time I roll a character.
I love it because my favorite part of D&D is the role-playing aspect. A lot of the more fun campaigns that I've been a part of are when I picked a random pre-made sheet.
Whose fucking phone was that?
I'm sorry.
You're fucking banned,
Oh
son.
my god. Anyways, so the best campaigns I've been a part of are when the DM creates sheets for us and we pick one at random and you have to roleplay as that character.
Oh yeah, that's
I
a lot
think
of
that
fun.
shit is I think that shit is super fun.
Dude, Cole is always a sick DM though.
Yeah.
I think he's actually one of my like top 5.
So when I lived in Colorado with Jesse, our DM was a guy named Cole. He was a cool guy. He was the DM during the Christmas D&D story as well, and he's gonna be the DM for a couple more D&D stories that are coming out. But
Ooh.
yeah, he super cool guy. He liked DMing. He liked playing more, but a lot of the people that we played with were new, so he would DM for us, which is nice of him because I wasn't really that.
He was really good at
fluent
it too, though.
DMing.
Like,
Yeah, but like he always got sleepy faster than us. So he'd be sitting there and he'd start falling asleep and we'd say that we want to do something. He'd be like, yeah, man, that happens. And like as he's falling asleep, when he starts doing that, we're just like, all right, it's done. We're done for the night.
I remember that. Well,
Yeah.
it didn't help that he would be like sipping on scotch the entire time, and most of the time,
All of
y'all
us
wouldn't
were.
stop or start playing until like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And that was usually on a Friday after everyone had just gotten done working since like 6 a.m. Like,
Yeah. I love D&D nights in Colorado. That was fun.
oh man, it was great. Do you guys have any memeiest characters that you played?
So there is a D&D story that I'm gonna have, but I can introduce you to the character here. This is actually one of my most favorite D&D characters I've ever made. Let me see if I can pull him up. There's Hank, Jesse's orc.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, where is he?
Oh,
Here he is.
by
His
the way,
name is.
Sorry,
What?
that question comes from Kaz. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm terrible at this.
No, you're fine. I just found the character. His name was Gilroy the Gay.
Oh,
He
yeah!
He was a gnome. He was a homosexual gnome, but he was also a sailor. This is 5th edition. Yeah,
It was,
5th edition. So you can have backgrounds and stuff. So his background was a sailor. So for his background, it says that he's a homosexual.
Oh,
He had big, beautiful eyes. His head was made of denim, and by that I mean he had a denim patch sewed into the top of his scalp. And he had a trinket. It was a little pipe that blew bubbles, which made him even cuter. And he was a fighter, maybe? No, I think
He was a monk.
He was a monk, yeah. He was a monk. Yeah, he was a little gnome monk named Gilroy the Gay, and he was actually one of my favorite characters I've ever made. You guys are going to see his story at a future point, and I hope that you like it.
Oh man, is that the Christmas episode, or not the
No.
Christmas episode? The fucking
That's the one-off
the
episode.
Toad's birthday.
No. Well, he was in there
Okay.
as an NPC. No, you played as him, I
I
think.
did,
Jesse.
yeah.
Yeah, Jesse. So, at one point, he made a cameo when we were visiting like this weird fantasy dreamland. In another campaign we were playing. This is actually the large campaign that Stonewall the Sterile was from. Stonewall the Sterile being the barbarian with the button eyes. So that might come at a future time too, talking more about Gilroy the Gay. But that's probably my biggest. I don't want to say memeiest, but definitely like more joking and more humorous characters.
What about your fucking half-orc with grapes for hair? What's with you and like replacing things for hair? Like that's like a
fun.
common theme with you. It's like,
Well,
yeah, no,
the
it's a
character-
half-orc, but she just has grapes for hair as opposed to
So
hair.
one of the character I'm playing now for Zach's campaign, it doesn't have anything special for hair. That one is Mozzarella the Skilled. She's a tiefling bard.
Is
She
that
plays
it?
a dulcimer. That's the one we played when we were camping.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah.
A good section of story, at least.
Another character I've played was Syrian of Sandkrell. He was a barbarian dragonborn. This was one of the ones where I got a random sheet and I had to roleplay as him. This guy was fun because he was an acolyte, so I was constantly praying and stuff, which was kind of funny to see a dragonborn praying all the time. But one of the things is because he's a dragonborn, there was one quirk I gave him that was pretty fun. It was his skin was actually like a poop bluish green, but he painted it
Gross.
bronze every morning before everybody woke up
Hold
to
on,
make him
hold on,
seem
hold on.
cooler.
No. Stop right there. Poop bluish green.
Did I say bluish green? I meant brownish green.
Okay, I was like,
I meant brownish green.
what the fuck does that mean? Why are
My
you
bad,
pooping
my bad.
blue?
Are you taking?
My bad. Anyways, so yeah, he woke up every morning before everybody to paint his skin bronze to make him seem more magnificent.
How about you, Mark?
I'll stop. You guys can talk about your characters
You
now.
got a lot of special characters.
He's
I
a
also
special
got a little
boy.
goblin named Nutsack that we're gonna introduce in another D&D story.
If you ever fucking finish these D&D stories.
Shut up, Jesse.
One of my favorite characters. I don't remember which game it was. I think Zach was DMing. I had a gnome monk named No Monk.
Yeah!
No Monk the No Monk. There ain't no monk like No Monk the No Monk.
That was that was a fun time.
Yeah, he would every time he succeeded in doing something difficult, he would do a backflip.
Oh, cute.
He would scream for no reason.
Wait, what? Why?
He would just go woo.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember because Zach at some point ended up like he was role playing as a general at some point, and Nomug was running through the streets while this big calamity was happening. He's like, "Oh no, do you see that?" Something like that, and you hear the general up like high in this prison, like, "Oh, is that my friend?"
Ooh, is that my little buddy?
Yeah.
Oh god,
he
that
was
was
one of my
fucking
favorites.
hilarious. I mean, can we just say that he was basically just like a mix between Mr. Meeseeks and Mr. Poopy Butthole, but
Yeah.
like in a gnome
Pretty
character?
much.
Oh my
Good old
god.
Rick and Morty memes.
Oh yeah. Well, this was like when Rick and Morty was like fresh. Like,
Yeah.
it was fucking hilarious. We were dying at the table with that shit, dude.
So good.
So fun. That's actually one of my favorite characters. I still have the character sheet somewhere.
Gotta bring him back, man. It's
someday.
time. Bring him out of retirement.
I actually had a character that we made in like I think we made it with like
You had a
4th
fucking
edition.
mute.
Yeah, that was fun.
I loved your mute. Like that was creative.
Yeah, it was fun. I came to the table and I had all my index cards for my character, and I had everything written up. And it took a while for somebody to be like, "Is your character a fucking mute?" Just like held up like a little sign, like yes.
I remember that too.
That's actually I could never do that. That's
It was
really fun.
It was fun. Eventually, I had to do like the thing that Finn and Jake did in that episode of Adventure Time, where they like didn't speak and they had the cue cards. So I
Yeah.
just wrote up like yes, no.
The jam.
The jam.
I love you, Jake.
You're the man, Jake.
I also had Basher the Babe. That was a 4th edition vampire. It's a vampiric character. They were just a vampire. They were very androgynous. I don't remember whether I made them a girl or a boy, but the thing is, they were super flamboyant, super in your face. And the thing that I ended up doing with them was me, and I think Mark and TJ's character in that campaign that was run by Cameron ended up convincing that this guard that we were with, I wasn't drinking his blood when I was. So, like, he'd wake up just drained, and Basher the Babe would just be stretching like, "Oh, yeah, such a good night's sleep." And this guard would just be like, "I don't feel so good, man. I don't know what's wrong." And Mark and TJ's character would just come in like, "Shut the
you little bitch. Fuck you.
Eventually, we like got to town, and this is the point where he's actually starting to become like a thrall, and he still has no idea what's going on. And Basher's just like, "It's fine, don't worry."
I think I DM'd that one because I was at Cameron's house.
Yeah, maybe it was you. Then it was Cameron and TJ just
Yeah.
egging this guy on.
Oh, that
Yeah, I
sounds
was
like a
like-
power team, honestly. Cameron
Yeah.
and TJ.
It was great because it was whoever it was playing a golem, like a mechanical golem character, and then you were playing a weird class too.
No, because I was DMing.
Oh no, someone else was playing a weird class then.
TJ was playing I forget what it's called.
I forget.
Basically
Like
a robot. Yeah.
Warforged, was it?
Yeah, Warforged.
Yeah,
I don't remember because I don't remember what Cameron was playing because I don't know the fucking
Yeah,
races in fourth
yeah.
edition because there's like
So
way out
many.
there.
I just remember I've only played 4th edition once, and that's when I was a shard mine, and everybody knows how that ends.
Yeah. Throwing your mace around and sticking it in people's holes.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Riley, you're a hole diddler.
Okay.
I don't want to quote any of our videos.
What's another good
I
quote
already
from
did.
us? Oh wait, we don't have any because we're not funny.
I know a good quote. Jesse, what was your memeiest character?
You know, I really don't have any Mimi characters. Gonna be honest, I'm
I
kind
have
of
one
boring.
character that's yours in this book. His name is Hank.
Oh yeah, Hank, the one-handed half-orc cleric.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't even start off
Cleric.
one-handed. Because
That's right.
you guys found his corpse, or you thought it was his corpse, and you cut his hand off just to make sure he was dead. Then you
Yeah,
didn't
why
wake
did we?
up.
I don't. Was that the reason why we cut off his hand?
To check to make sure he was dead, yeah. And he wasn't dead, but you guys just left him there anyway. You're just like, yeah, whatever, he's dead. And then,
Fucking dickheads.
then I like show up like while you guys are like fighting this flying creature. I just fucking throw my warhammer at it or whatever the fuck.
No,
I
Jesse,
had.
you do like this weird shriek thing.
Oh yeah, because I was trying to like intimidate somebody. And, like, I used thermaturgy or whatever to make my voice big and booming, but it just kind of came out as, like, a shrill shriek.
Yeah, and he like made a bunch of us go deaf for a little bit, so I think we beat the fuck out of you because we didn't know who you were. And you just came in and made us deaf.
It was great. Good times. Good times with Hank. But yeah, I mean, most of my characters, I mean, I do interesting builds for characters, but I don't really do, like, I don't know, Mimi, like, personality-wise. Like, I would make a mix of a necromancer and a, the mages that do the big explosions and stuff. But what I would do is I would, like, raise undead and then scrawl out, like, sigils of explosion and just, like, attach them to the undead and then send the undead to kill whatever we needed to kill.
Oh my god,
And it
yes.
would just explode on contact and just deal a
Just
shit ton of
suicide
damage.
bombomancer.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
a really good idea.
It's not,
Abomination.
because it's super resource heavy and it takes so long to get anything done, but it's kind of fun.
Bombomancer.
But that's
I mean,
pretty much
pretty-
it. Other
Pretty
than
interesting,
that,
though.
yeah, I
Just
mean,
imagine the bomb going off and then like bone shrapnel everywhere.
yeah, pretty much. And the best
People just
part
always
about
expect the worst.
the best part about like just making undead creatures is that there's usually enough bones around after you blow one dude up to make more undead. So you can just kind of like keep going. But other than that, we got a couple more questions, or we could get into something else because we've been answering questions for about half an hour now.
I mean, I've been painting minis recently.
That's true. Yeah, you've been painting a bunch. I'm
Yeah.
gonna show a bunch right here. Here they are. Here's what they look like.
So one of them is my tiefling bard that I mentioned, Mozzarella the Skilled, with her blue skin and her pretty purple dress, and and the rest are basically just goblins. You can throw in the picture that's of the one Zach painted too of his orc.
Sure.
But yeah, I've just been painting goblins and mobs because a new game shop opened up right next to me and Zach. And when I say right next to me and Zach, I literally mean like 10 steps away, like right out the door, mine and Zach's place. And I've just been going there and getting paint and minis because I think that I find painting minis actually fun. And I've been having a lot of fun just painting goblins and shit. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys have any experience painting minis or all, but I'm finding it
I
pretty fun.
don't.
I don't, but I love minis.
I just collect them.
Yeah, they're fun
Man,
to have.
And also, I want to make a mini on Hero Forge,
Mhm.
but like I never just like have the money to drop on one of them because you can't just do the plastic. You have to go with like premium plastic and at least, which is like $30
Yeah.
for just a mini.
Like, by the way, not sponsored, but I was like half tempted to go with one of the bronze models they have just because they look so shiny and cool.
Oh,
See, like that's the thing. I'd want to paint it, so there's no reason for me to go anything else besides the premium.
Well, the
plastic.
steel ones are pretty good. Like, they have a weird texture to them because they're like die cast, but like they're pretty cool looking. Honestly, yeah. I mean, you guys can take a look. That's HeroForge.com. We're not sponsored. We should be, but we're not. Nobody,
Jesse.
nobody
I don't know
would
if
fucking
that-
take this show
Wait-
seriously.
wait
so.
until we start streaming D&D in the near future of 3,000 something.
We should set up an actual time and just commit to it, like right here, right now on the podcast.
No, let's not. Hey, Mark, have you ever tried Hero Forge?
No, I haven't.
Yo, you should log on to it right now and check it out. It's one of the dopest things.
All right, hold on.
Or
Let me
wait
grab
till
my
the
keyboard.
podcast is over.
Yeah,
but-
wait for the podcast to be over. But
I'm gonna
it's
do
not just fantasy role playing. Like they also got like D20 modern stuff on there, like assault rifles and shit. To put on your characters, which is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's
Almost went to Hentai Haven.
Ooh.
That's R.I.P. Am I right?
Now it's back, my dude.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Jesus.
Right?
Right.
Anyways, Hero Force. This is neat.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
like build your own characters from the ground up. They even have
Expression.
like aquatic races and shit now. They even have like custom poses too. Like you can edit
Yeah.
like where
You can make your own pose.
Oh, I'm doing
That's
this.
amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't.
How
It
much do these
wasn't. It wasn't this good even like a year ago. Like it just recently got crazy good.
Fucking steal.
Um,
$34. You bet. Let's
depends
just
on the
bring
size
that
too.
into
You can get like
plastic.
triple XL
Yeah.
size stuff. Like if you put your character on like a warg or something, like
Yeah, see, you just get itty bitty waist, big butt, big boobs, 6 feet tall. Why not?
why not? Fuck it. So
different
I don't
type
think
of
they do 6
bases.
feet tall, but yeah.
let's
All
see
right.
here.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy a few of these.
Me
Not gonna
too.
lie.
Yeah.
You.
Mark,
Yeah.
if you get some before
Of
me
course.
and Jesse come there, I can bring some paint down and we can paint some.
The minimum delivery, I'm pretty sure, is 2 weeks.
Mm.
If he does it now, they'd be there.
Don't don't feel tempted strictly on that, obviously.
6 foot tall, no monk.
But
What the fuck?
it'd be delivered like while we're camping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
Speaking of
talk
fun.
about Disney remakes and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Okay.
bad Disney sequels.
Let us chat.
Let us talk about that.
Did anybody
have-
see the new Aladdin remake?
You're the only one who fucking bothered, my dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then there's nothing to talk about then.
I've only heard from coworkers that it was good.
Will Smith was the best part of it, which is good. He didn't try to be Robin Williams, which is what I was afraid of. And I'm glad that he didn't, because you shouldn't try to emulate Robin Williams in that role. You should just make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He did, and it was good. There's a lot of dancing in the movie, which we didn't see in Beauty and the Beast, which I feel was better. Other than that, I mean, just like all the other live action remakes, it's unnecessary.
I didn't like Beauty and the Beast.
Nobody liked Beauty and the Beast, man.
Oh, it bothers me. I want
It
everyone
was-
to know. It bothers me.
They
on something.
try to be too bombastic.
Yeah.
I liked parts.
Yeah, there were parts that were fine, and I did love like certain scenes and
Well, let's see. I will always love Ewan McGregor and Sir Ian McKellen.
yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, when I saw they were in it, I was just like, well, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to go see it. I don't know. Malea, that big old story about Emma Watson not wanting to wear the dress was kind of put me in a sourpuss mood. I was just like, well, why not? You're an actor.
Yeah, that's really dumb. For anybody that doesn't know, Emma Watson was Belle in that movie, and she essentially ended up throwing a fit about wearing the corset that the original dress had, because this movie came out after the Cinderella remake came out. And that dress was handcrafted, hand painted. People physically put every single bead on there, which was over 10,000 bedazzle beads, essentially, onto this fucking dress.
Fuck.
So they had something really nice planned for Beauty and the Beast. But Emma Watson was like, no, I'm a feminist and corsets are against my ideals. And that's why we got the monstrosity that we did in Beauty and the Beast.
Like I said, it's stupid because she's an actress. It's not her say.
Yeah.
Apparently it is. But let's not
Yeah, they
even
were just
talk
like,
about
Emma
how
Watson.
she fucking like sang in that movie, and it was like every line she sang was fucking auto-tuned to shit because she can't fucking sing. And why are you gonna
Yeah.
fucking cast somebody who can't sing in a
I'll-
Disney movie? In a Disney
Well, you can
fucking
you can
musical?
get people who can't sing. You just have somebody sing for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just dub it
Like-
over, because that's what they actually did in those old in the animated movies.
Yeah, like the old Aladdin. The people that voiced Aladdin and Jasmine didn't sing as Aladdin and Jasmine. Those are different people altogether.
They do it in like so many movies still, so I don't understand
Yeah.
why they didn't do it for Emma Watson.
Right.
'Cause they didn't wanna
All I'm
hire
saying is
somebody who
that
can
movie
sing.
would have been 10 times better if they casted Terry Crews as Gaston.
Oh my god, yes.
It would have
Oh,
been so,
man.
and like even like we don't need to get a new singer or auto-tune Terry Crews when he's singing. He can just stay the way he is.
Exactly. Terry Crews would have killed it as Gaston, honestly.
So other remakes, we were talking about Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, going back to like the older remakes and like sequels. And we all have feelings about Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, except for Mark.
I loved the first Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I mean,
Oh my
it's a
god,
classic.
yeah. I'll sing the whole soundtrack at work before I leave for the day.
You should sing it right now.
Right now, alright. It's gonna take me like an hour. Let's do it.
Malea, sing those fucking songs you can't. But yeah, I remember we rented Hunchback of Notre Dame 2 once when I was little, and even when I was little, I felt like, oh, they just made this movie so Quasimodo can have a happy ending.
Yeah, and that is exactly what it was.
Yeah, like he didn't get the girl in the first one, and apparently Disney was just like, oh, that's not enough. We got to make another movie straight to video showing Quasimodo getting a girl.
But, I mean, some people are just, like, unfuckable. That's why there's an entire incel community on the internet.
They were like, we
You
can't.
love that word, Jesse.
I fucking love incels. They
It's so
fascinate
funny.
me.
It's so funny.
Dude, okay, so side tangent. I honestly love that there are just a group of people that are so bitter and full of hatred that they, like, seek out, like, I don't know, just being awful everywhere, in every form of existence. It brings me joy that there are people that miserable on the planet.
It's just really funny. It's like, why are you like this? What's
Like,
wrong?
No, see, and the best part is, instead of, like, using any of that, like, to drive them to be better people, they sit on the internet and say it's everyone else's fault that they're this way. And that just makes me so happy.
Oh, I'm conflicted.
Why does it make you happy?
Because fuck those people. They're the lowest form of human being. Like,
So you're happy because you don't like them? I don't get this.
No,
Jesse.
I'm happy because I hate who they are, and they hate who they are more than how much I hate who they are. Does that make sense? Like,
No, like,
their
I get what you're
misery
saying. It still
magnifies
doesn't
my
make
joy.
sense. I know what you're saying. It still doesn't make sense.
No, it does. You're just gonna have to take my word for it.
Go to reddit.com/brains.
Oh god, no.
Don't.
When I first watched Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, it was I liked it as a kid. I didn't have any problems with it. I still don't have a whole lot of problems with it now. The art though is what always gets me because it looks like they took all the grand 2D animation that the first Hunchback of Notre Dame was, completely ignored it and was like, what if we made this look more like one of those awful CD-ROM games that we always push out for these movies?
Nice.
Yeah.
Like the weird full motion video that kind of looks like CDI bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's probably why I didn't watch it, was because it looked like shit.
Yeah. Some kind of solid, like Ake's kind of solid sequel was, let's see, I think it was Aladdin and the Thousand Thieves?
Oh yeah.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Thank you, yes.
I love
Yeah.
that movie because they had the original voice cast come back for it.
Except
Yeah,
Like
even
the
on the
entire
list.
original voice cast. Except for Jafar, because he wasn't in it.
for Genie wasn't.
We were
in
done
it,
with
was he?
Jafar. We were so done.
Yeah, Genie was in it, and Robin Williams played him.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
his entire thing was he didn't want to reprise that role.
Yeah, and he didn't for Return of Jafar, but he did for King of Thieves.
Okay.
Yeah, they ended up settling some kind of difference, and then he came back to do it.
Yeah. And then he also didn't do the show either.
Yeah.
And he also wasn't in the live action remake. What's up with that?
Robin Williams, what were you doing?
Hey, the biggest thing that pissed me off in the Aladdin remake was that there was no Fresh Prince reference.
That's
like,
kind of
here's the
fucked
thing,
up.
I'm
Were
like,
you
here's the
really
thing.
expecting it?
That's
Yes,
a
I was.
waste, though.
There's a
It's
big
like-
scene of Genie trying to make Aladdin into a prince. How would you not throw a Fresh Prince reference in there when Genie's all about breaking the fourth wall?
Riley's absolutely right. I'm
Okay.
actually really
Alright.
disappointed now. Aladdin's garbage.
I don't think Will Smith. I don't think he really thinks about Fresh Prince anymore.
He
No,
posts about
probably
it a
not.
lot on his Facebook, his social media account, if it is run by him, which I'm assuming it is.
I mean, he is a Fresh Prince. He took over the role so much that he was the role, and I think maybe that's why he doesn't focus on it anymore.
Well,
Fair
Fresh
enough.
Prince is the reason why he's famous, because he was just like a boy from Philly and he just got a big break. He's just like, yo, you want a show on NBC?
It's kind of like how Daniel Radcliffe is going to be forever known as Harry Potter, but
Exactly.
like he's not gonna full out bring it out every single time someone sees him because everybody already knows. And he's just like, yeah, I did really good acting in this one thing, but now I'm focused on other stuff.
So, side note, I googled Hunchback of Notre Dame images just to see what Malea was talking about because I haven't seen it in a while, and this was one of the pictures that was in it, and I don't fully understand it, but it made me laugh.
Oh no! I hate it. I hate everything about that.
Oh,
Is it supposed to be like the Hunch Brock of Notre Dame's New Groove or something?
Oh no!
Oh my god!
What is it supposed to?
Speaking of bad Disney sequels, fucking fuck the spin-off cartoons. Am I right? Like The Emperor's New School. What the fuck is that?
That one actually wasn't the worst, in my
What do
opinion.
you mean it wasn't the fucking worst? It was so stupid.
Okay,
So
what do you
here's the
think?
thing. You guys know I love Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
There was an episode where they parodied Scooby-Doo, and the monster was a ghostly skeleton anteater. And there was a song that they sang in it that was fucking fire. Like, if I could find it, I gotta show you guys. I don't know why, but I love this song when I first saw this episode.
So what do you think is like the worst?
Honestly, I would think the worst one is probably the Tarzan spinoff. Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot.
We don't
I
even think
forgot.
about that one.
There was
Man,
a
do you guys
Tarzan
remember?
spin-off show?
There was an enchantress in that was fucking hot for Tarzan, and it was ridiculous.
He wouldn't be hot for Tarzan though. Look at that dude.
Yeah,
He's fucking shredded.
She
Dude
was full on ready
surfs
to.
the trees, man.
She was full on ready to fuck Tarzan. Like there were a couple scenes where if this had been on like Cartoon Network in the time where like Adventure Time was already kind of pushing what we could like see them do, it was like, oh no.
Did Adventure
Please.
Time show people fucking or something? Did I miss something?
They just got more adult later on. They faded to black
They might.
on a few certain things and made like more adult jokes the further they went on.
Yeah, the Tarzan show was kind of okay. It had a few good episodes.
Yeah, like I
what?
watched it. But
I mean, every piece of shit show has a few good
I
episodes.
think the Hercules was
I
probably
loved
best.
the Aladdin.
Oh, the Aladdin one.
So the weird thing is, right, is there was an Aladdin Hercules like crossover episode.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
God.
was.
What is this?
Oh no.
He looks upset. He looks very upset. He looks so
It's like-
perturbed. Somebody made him take a bath.
He
Can we
looks
get an
like
edit of that actually? Riley, can you edit a bathtub in there and get him like a shower cap and like a little rubber ducky?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that right now.
Thanks.
No, wait. Find that Amanda Show fucking show where like Kenan Thompson was always in
That
that.
was all that.
Put
Yeah,
him
that
in
was
the
all
bath.
that.
French words with Pierre, I think,
In that
is what it
bath.
was called.
Right on.
because he would speak like
Yeah, like
not real French.
Yeah.
and pour chocolate on himself.
Well, no, that was a different segment where he played a chef. And remember, dude,
It was the
remember
same.
when the joke was that he put chocolate on everything, and then all of a sudden Chris Farley came on and he put ketchup on everything, and they were at like war with each other.
What?
Yeah, I do. I laughed so hard as a kid. That was.
Man, R.I.P. Chris Farley, am I right?
Yeah, I
Beverly
love
Hills Ninja will never be the same.
Oh god.
him. Yeah, fucking. I just remember this stupid ass thing with Keenan in the tub, and every time he said something, he would just yell.
God,
Man.
why was children's entertainment back then so fucking stupid and great?
They're
at the
bringing
same
back
time?
all that.
Why? Why?
They're gonna have it's gonna have as a new cast of kids obviously, but the adult cast consists of like Josh Server, Lori Beth Denver, and Kel Mitchell. They're all reprising like old roles that they had. Like in a lot of the previews it shows Kel in his like gym teacher getup, where the one where he always gets hurt and stuff in like weird situations. He's
Oh
like a janitor
yeah.
or a gym teacher or something.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that excited for it, but I'm
Well,
glad
I mean you
are.
shouldn't be. You're an adult.
Did you guys ever watch Little Mermaid spin-off?
Oh yeah, actually that one was okay. It wasn't bad.
I feel,
I watched
Actually-
a couple ones.
I liked that more than the movie itself.
There was first off, one of the villains in there, Manta Ray, is fucking amazing. When I was a kid, I was super into villains. It didn't matter whether they were like people or half demon fishmen. But every time Manta Ray was on, I was like, that's my guy.
That's my
Holy
dude.
shit.
That's
It was
the
just
first
cool
time
to
Malea
see.
ever drew erotic fan fiction was for Manta Ray when she was like
God.
5 years
It's
old.
just Manta Ray and me.
How did you know? No.
there was specifically though in that show there was a fucking episode where this red tide came over, and it was the most ominous dark episode in that fucking show, because like this red tide was just this cloud of red mist that would come over and just destroy anything that it touched it, and it was like headed towards Ariel's like home, so you just saw it like pass over all these plants and they just die. You'd pass over clams and all of a sudden the shells would be empty and it'd just be like, oh no.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was something.
To be fair, when I was little, I thought every clam was empty. I didn't know what clams were. I
But-
just assumed that they were just like rocks that opened.
So that was part of the like Toon Disney like Power Hour or whatever, the same like block that like DuckTales was on, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that was like the quality Disney cartoons.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
then Mickey's House of Mouse came,
oh god,
destroyed that.
Mickey's House of
damn
Mouse was
it.
fun. You guys are just
Okay, no, yeah, it was fun, but like the shorts that they would show
Mhm.
were fucking
The
awful.
You're not
animation
wrong.
quality in that show was some of the worst I've ever seen in my entire life.
It
Like,
makes it funny when you watch it now because
Oh.
it's so bad.
Okay, no, seriously, watch some of it and look at some of the characters like sitting at their tables and shit. They literally ripped these characters like as if they green screened them into the table.
It does. It's awful.
I'm not kidding you. Like there's visual, like you can see the quality difference between like Gaston and the rest of the background.
It's really bad.
Oof.
I think the best part of House of Mouse were the skits done between the Disney characters, like in between tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what made the show watchable.
Yeah.
You want to know what's kind of funny about that show though? Is it actually brings Max Goof's like character arc full circle, because like he dropped out of
Yeah.
college and became a fucking valet for the House of Mouse.
It does. Oh my god.
And that's like the end of it. That's like, and now Max Goof isn't in anything. He wasn't even in Kingdom Hearts 3 for Christ's sake. Dude, what if he's the next Smash?
That's what I was about to say. We need Max Goof and Smash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who watched Goof Troop?
I watched
Me.
Goof Troop. Who didn't watch
I
Goof
wasn't old
Troop?
enough. I wasn't old enough to watch it because I wasn't alive when it was on.
Oh,
What?
little
What?
baby Riley.
Riley, it was on when I was a child.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that it was much older.
No.
No.
I mean,
No.
no, it was
Goof
like
Troop,
like
final
early
episode.
90s, and they showed
Goof Troop.
reruns up until like the 2000s.
Goof
Goof
Troop came
Troop,
on.
first episode date, September 5th, 1992. Final episode date, December 5th, 1992.
Wait, there was one season? No
I remember
fucking
watching
shit.
it.
What
ever.
the fuck?
It came on the same time as like Tailspin, so I'd sit there like,
Yeah.
yeah, Tailspin and Goof Troop, fuck yeah. Ooh,
Dude.
Darkwing Duck.
bonkers.
Ooh,
No,
Bonkers was
I
good, too.
hated Bonkers.
I thought Bonkers was fucking great.
So there was 2 seasons, guys, and the final episode, Clan of the Cave Goof, aired December 5th, 1992. Again, before I was born.
Well, it seemed
Wow.
like it was on TV for
It
like
definitely
a long
was
time.
on TV. Like, they would definitely show reruns.
Wow, a lot of these shows did not last long.
Oh my god, gummy bears! Holy
Oh,
fuck!
fuck, I
forgot
remember
bears.
gummy bears. Oh, shit, they used to drink
Yeah.
that stupid potion that made them bouncy for some
Oh
reason.
my god, it was such a stupid premise.
What
it was
the
so
fuck?
dumb.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Okay, so there was like this main evil bitch, and then she had like this weird little gremlin thing. What the fuck was that thing's name?
I don't
Beastly?
even
Was it
remember.
Beastly?
It was
It
a
was hard
tauntaun,
to-
Jason.
It was hard to keep track of because Gummy Bears was airing the same time as Care Bears, and they were kind of the same.
Oh no. Hold on.
Their lore kept getting crossed.
Yeah, you would sit there like, what's going on in Gummy Bears today? Well, today Shrieky. Wait.
The Adventures of the Gummy Bears went on since from 1985 to 1991. How did this outlast Goof Troop?
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta find it. I can't find it.
Now we're
mine's
just
getting
diving into old Disney shows and
Yeah, this is getting
rediscovering
weird.
things that we don't even remember.
This is strange.
But for real though, Darkwing Duck was my shit.
Chippendale Rescue
Let's
Rangers
get
was
dangerous.
my fucking jam as a kid. They give you a rainy day and the fucking Chippendale Rescue Rangers on all thunder and lightning, I'd be like, yes.
Oh, legitimately funny show. Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Timon and Pumbaa was alright.
That was really fun. I loved all their musical segments where they replaced like everything with their own stuff.
You wanna know what was actually a pretty good show, Riley? And this can like lead back into the childhood stories, I guess. This is more like teenage stories. But fucking the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. We like marathon through that in one summer.
That show was awful.
But it was fun. Like
But I loved it.
It wasn't good, but it was fun.
My niece is actually watching through that right now on Netflix.
Does she like it?
Yeah, she loves it.
Well, of course she does. She's a
Yeah, I
child.
know.
It was designed for
I know.
children.
Right, and so this was back when Jesse and I had first like graduated high school, and I was getting ready to go into the Air Force. We would go and run every morning. Mark, I think that you joined us on a couple of them too.
Yeah.
And when we're done with the run, we went back to my place, and we either watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Whose Line Is It Anyways, or the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
We went through Super Mario Brothers like really quick though, because we were
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much
we did.
dead after those runs. Dude, we
Yeah,
were really out of shape.
I'm starting to get there now.
Yeah.
So what is it? There was one episode. It wasn't the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Super Mario Bros. 3, the racism episode, where the plot for the Koopalings was they separated the Mushroom Gang by painting half of them red and painting the other half blue.
Yep.
So they all got racist because the fucking Koopalings dressed up as toads and just started being shitheads to the other colored toads.
Oh
And
no!
there was this one part, and Jesse and Mark know exactly what I'm talking about, where one of the hijinks the Koopa guys does, they go up to one of the toads who's spinning pizza dough, and he just takes the pizza dough out of his hands, and the dude, instead of like saying anything to him, he just yells at the top of his lungs with his fist in the air, and that's all he does. He just goes,
It's the most guttural, like caveman shout of disdain I've ever heard.
yeah,
It's fucking crazy.
and I think we replayed that scene like 7 times, and we were just laughing our ass off every time.
I was on the fucking floor, dude. I couldn't stand up. It was tough.
If you get a chance, put a clip of that.
Oh, I will. It's going in. It's not gonna live up to like the hype I'm like putting out, but like holy
No,
shit!
It's
moment,
when you're watching and you don't expect it.
exactly in the moment.
But yeah, one of the shows I really liked that was on Disney Channel for a little bit was Dave the Barbarian.
Oh fuck yeah!
That
David
was actually
Barbarian.
a favorite of mine for a long time.
That
That's
molded
actually
your
yeah.
sense of humor as a child.
yeah, that actually probably is what got me into Dungeons and Dragons was the fantasy and comedic theme of Dave the Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Because I around when I first started watching Dave the Barbarian was around the first time I played D&D. The first time I ever played D&D was actually with Jesse.
Yep, and Braden.
It was me. Yep, it was me, Jesse, Braden, and Tim. And Tim's older brother was DMing.
Yeah, no, that part was unfortunate, but
Well, Tim's brother was a good DM.
yeah, he was absolutely, and the fact that he like took time out of his day as a teenager to fucking sit down with a bunch of snot-nosed fucking 9-year-olds and fucking play
Yeah.
D&D, like that's
For
great.
real. Because I think we were either in elementary school or early middle school when it happened.
It was elementary school, I'm pretty sure.
It was elementary school.
I'm-
Okay. It
I'm
had to
like-
be in 5th grade then, because
Yeah.
I mean you were there.
Yeah, it was because it was for one of Tim's fucking sleepover birthday parties. But yeah, anyone got anything else to add on Disney?
Well, we could talk about Disney all fucking day.
That's
and-
true.
but
You
yeah.
guys remember that one episode of the Hercules show where Lisa Kudrow voiced Aphrodite?
Yeah.
And like it was so weird. Like you watch it now, you're just like, why'd they get like? I guess Friends was at its peak around this time, but it's like you're wondering, it's just like, why her as a voice actress though? She has such a normal sounding voice.
It's true. She's actually in a lot of different shit. She gets a lot of voice roles in animation. Like, most recently, I think she was in BoJack Horseman.
Well, I mean, a lot of normal sounding people are in BoJack Horseman. I mean,
That's true.
fucking.
Hercules
What's her?
ended up-
Excuse
what's
me
her
for a
name?
moment whilst I go to the bathroom. I will be back. But,
Yeah, I
you
think,
know,
like-
continue the conversation. Go ahead.
Like I think one of the main characters in BoJack Horseman is voiced by Jessica Biel, who's like an actress that some people know by name. And it's like you don't know because her voice is so fucking normal.
Right.
Speaking of voice acting, this goes back to the Aladdin remake. Iago, the parrot, didn't have a fucking personality in this one. He was just a parrot with a really annoying voice. It was voiced by Alan Tudyk. A lot of people like Alan Tudyk. I like him too. But why not have Gilbert Gottfried do it? You're having fucking James Earl Jones voicing Mufasa in this new Lion King remake. Why not have Gilbert Gottfried voice Iago?
Yeah,
Gilbert
that
Gottfried
is-
has stated that Disney didn't even approach him or ask him if he wanted to do it. He just
he
didn't hear
would've
anything
totally
about
done
it.
it. Maybe they were like Remember they were like, we just don't want him in the studio. We can't say it because we're just not going to do it.
He just comes in, Jafar's talking to Iago, he just yells, "My clitoris!"
I think
Oh.
Disney reached their levels like too PC to allow Gilbert Gottfried like 500 feet from the studio.
If that was a thing, then they wouldn't have hired Robin Williams in the 90s.
True.
Well, I mean, Nowadays.
90s, yeah.
yeah, no, navadays.
Yeah,
They
maybe.
wouldn't have hired Gilbert Godfrey then either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But one of the other things is I don't think they ever said the parrot's name, Iago, in the whole movie. And at the very end, when they bested fucking Jafar and he's going back into his lamp and he grabs Iago, he calls him Parrot when he's bringing him down to the lamp, which leads me to believe that he was just called Parrot in this movie, not Iago.
It's like when you name your dog because you're not creative enough to name it anything else.
Well, I mean, I get it if Jafar didn't name his fucking bird because that's just something Jafar would do, but it's like he already has a name in this lore. Like, come on.
He doesn't say anything in the movie, does he?
He does.
Iago does?
Yeah, Alan Tudyk voices him, but he just kind of repeats like a parrot.
That's really lame.
And it's like, it sounds like the parrot's in pain whenever he talks.
Oh no.
Because Alan Tudyk is fucking always in pain. It's a little known fact. He has a nail like being slowly driven into the base of his spine at all times.
That's interesting.
I know. You think you know a guy?
No, I didn't think I knew him at all. I still don't think I know him.
Wait,
Speaking,
you don't know celebrities, Riley? Come on.
No, Jesse, I don't.
speaking of knowing a guy, somebody wanted to know more about my dad.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see.
Who specifically? I think it was Shackington, actually.
It might have been.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I think it was.
Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's find out who it was.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that was like in our general chat. It wasn't in the podcast
Oh, I'm
questions
not
chat.
going through that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm
Have a
not going
place
through that
food.
either.
Where's this question?
The next game we'll play. But anyways, somebody want to know more about my dad. Well, I've got a story about today. Like literally, as I fucking came home from work, my dad built a new fire pit, and he went to light a fire or whatever. Now his stupid ass, who's always telling me not to do something stupid, decides to grab one of the gasoline tanks that we have. And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a little fuel."
Oh my god. Did he pour it
Yeah.
on an open flame?
Yes.
Way to live up to that redneck lifespan.
And I
Jesus.
watched the fucking fire creep right up to the gas tank, and so he turns, and it starts dripping into the grass.
Oh
I'm
my
like, okay. So I fucking ran into the house. There was a lot. Nearly burnt down the yard.
fucking
wasn't
Christ, dude.
I came home to that.
That's fucking great.
Mark, I love your dad, but he is just like losing it with every day that passes.
I know.
He has not even reached the peak of what he's gonna become yet.
Oh, man.
And I love your dad. I have a
It
weird
was pretty
story
funny
that-
though. We laughed for like fucking ever.
I'm sure I would
I mean,
too.
as long as no one got hurt, then that's fucking hilarious.
I have an interesting story that happened to me last week. So we were driving through somewhere in St. Paul. It was me, my sister, her husband, and her 2 kids, and I was in the car as well. We were going to meet my parents somewhere, and we stopped by this intersection on like kind of like this highway, and there was a homeless guy. He was wearing a blazer and bright white pants. He had barely any teeth, and he was wearing a clown nose.
Wait, you weren't fucking kidding earlier when you said there was a homeless clown? I thought that was a joke.
No, this actually happened.
Okay.
This actually happened last week, like the day we were recording last week, but I forgot to mention it. We see that he has a sign. We're trying to read his sign, but there's a lot of words, and he just kind of like stops like standing there and crosses the street on the other side of the highway, and I'm just like, oh, I guess his shift is done being homeless, and like, he stops by a telephone pole, and I'm just like, is he seriously gonna go to the bathroom in front of all of us? And he whips out his dick, just starts pissing on the telephone pole in front of everybody, like,
What the fuck?
and I'm luckily the kids were sleeping in the car right now. So we're just like, oh my fucking god, like it was there for everybody to see. And then this fucker So he puts his pants back on before he's done peeing. So now he has pee in his pants, and he walks back to his post, and he just starts asking for money again. I was just like, "Do you honestly think people are gonna hand you stuff after seeing this?"
Oh
Like, what the fuck? I still don't know why he was wearing a clown nose. It probably has something to do with the sign, but there's too much written on the sign. And we were sitting here talking about it, and my little niece wakes up, and she's 8, and she hears us talking, and she's just like, "You guys saw a penis?" And she's like, "Where?" And we're just like, "No, go back to sleep." And she's like, "I want to see it. Where is it?" And we're just like, "No, go back to sleep." And she was like upset.
That she didn't see a penis?
Yeah, we're just like, "Eiley, it's fine." Like, I'm sitting here, it's like, it's just like, "Eiley, I don't want your first adult penis to be like this."
Oh no.
Okay.
That's something out of a fucking Newgrounds flash from like mid 2000s.
Oh my god, it was bad. Like I said, I'm glad the kids were asleep.
That's
Malea is
fucking
fucking
hilarious. No, dude, that's fucking great.
We what is it? When we came back, when we were going back, we crossed by that intersection. He was gone. Thankfully, we're hoping that somebody called the cops on him.
Oh my goodness.
Fucking just whips it out. First, so many fucking questions. I want to interview that. Can we get that guy on the podcast?
No,
I want to interview
He
him.
came to
no. Then I'd have to let him in here.
That's not true. We could just bring. You have Wi-Fi. You can just like bring him outside.
Make Zach do it.
Yeah.
Just tell him to go out there, but
He's
don't
our
tell
man
him
on the
why.
streets,
It'd be easy to find. I know
interviewing
exactly
homeless clowns.
I know exactly what intersection he was on. If he stays there, I mean, all we have to do is look for the guy with no teeth and a clown nose.
Well, we'll go talk to him when I come to visit.
No, we're not, Jesse.
Oh man, hard to miss a fucking homeless clown with piss in his pants.
Well, I don't think it's still. Well, I mean, he is homeless. That might be the only pair of pants he has. It might still be there.
Maybe.
Bring a pair of pants.
I'm really enjoying the artistic interaction between a lot of the fans on our Discord. Shout out to Trash Eater. He gave us a little like bit of intro music that I'm planning on using for this episode. So big shout out to him for putting himself out there and doing something like that. That's really cool. Fan art as well. We'll put up a piece of fan art at the end of this. Thank you for all that. It means a whole lot to us. It's really cool that you guys are so into our stupid bullshit that you're willing to, you know, act creatively in that way. So thank you. And unless you guys got anything else, I think we're gonna say goodbye for tonight.
That outro is really gay.